The late afternoon rain lashed against Sarah's window, mirroring the tumultuous thoughts in her mind. It had been a long day of college applications and part-time work, and all she wanted was to curl up with a good book. As she reached for her favorite old coat, a hand, me-down from her older brother, her fingers brushed against something unexpected in the pocket. It wasn't her own phone, and it certainly wasn't a forgotten snack wrapper. She pulled out a sleek, unfamiliar smartphone. It was a model she'd never seen before, with a smooth, dark casing and no visible buttons. Curiosity, a trait both her best friend and her mother often teased her about, bubbled to the surface. Whose phone was this? And how did it end up in her fake coat? She tried to turn it on, but it remained dark. No charging port, no power button, nothing. It felt almost impossibly smooth, like a polished river stone. Just as she was about to set it aside, a faint, ethereal glow emanated from the screen. A single word appeared in shimmering blue letters. "Hello?" Sarah's heart pounded. This wasn't just any forgotten phone. This was something else entirely. She tentatively touched the word hello, and the screen flickered, revealing a simple interface with only one option, main Sage. With a deep breath, Sarah tapped it. A blank text field appeared, prompting her to type. Hesitantly, she typed, "Who are you?" The letters shimmered as they appeared, then vanished, replaced by a new message. "I am a guardian. I have been waiting for you, Sarah." Sarah gasped. It knew her name. How was that possible? She typed furiously. "Waiting for me, what are you talking about? And how did you get in my coat?" The response was almost immediate. "I was left for you. I am meant to guide you." Guide her? Guide her to what? This was getting stranger by the second. She remembered the story her grandmother used to tell about a whispering guide that would appear when someone was at a crossroads. Could this be it? The phone buzzed gently in her hand, as if sensing her thoughts. A new message appeared. "Your path is unclear. I can offer clarity." Sarah thought of her college applications, the weight of her future pressing down on her. Clarity sounded good, really good. She typed, "What kind of clarity?" The screen glowed brighter. "I can show you glimpses of potential futures." Glimpses of potential futures? This was beyond anything she could have imagined. This was magic. Her mind raced. Was this a trick? A prank? But the phone felt too real, too ancient, and yet too advanced to be a simple joke. She decided to test it. "Show me what happens if I choose to study art instead of engineering," she typed, a challenge in her fingers. The screen swirled with colors, a vibrant kaleidoscope, then settled on an image, Sarah older, with paint splatters on her clothes, standing in a brightly lit studio. Another image flashed. Sarah, in a smart suit, presenting a complex blueprint in a bustling office, looking confident and determined. The phone then displayed. Both futures hold promise. Your choice, your journey. Sarah stared, mesmerized. The images weren't just static pictures. They conveyed emotion, a sense of lived experience. She suddenly felt a profound connection to this strange device. It wasn't just a phone, it was a bridge to understanding herself. She spent the next few hours asking questions, exploring possibilities, and watching as the phone painted vivid, almost real pictures of her potential lives. The rain outside softened to a drizzle, and the city lights began to twinkle. Sarah felt a calm settle over her, a sense of purpose she hadn't felt before. The phone, her guardian, had not made her decisions for her, but it had given her something invaluable: perspective. As the night deepened, Sarah realized that the phone wasn't just about futures, it was about the present, about making informed choices with a clearer heart.